Look at this. This car is the sleekest thing imaginable. Look at this. You got a Buick Fireball, valve in head, Dynaflash 8. Look at this engine. My goodness. Right? It's got 2 carburetors. Right? Buick Fireball. Oh, this is a 1941 Buick Century, 2-door. Look at this. Look at this front end. Right? 1941 Buick. And you see the hood says 8, right? But then when you come along the side here, it says Century right here on the fender. Now look how big this fender is. All one piece. You know, and there's no way you can get a stamping like this. So, I mean, you don't see any seams, but you know, this whole thing, it's got to be filled with lead because there's no way you can get a one piece of metal stamp like this. Right?
Porcelain finish on it.
Yes. Look at those white walls, and you got your Buick hubcaps, got red steel wheels. What you got there?
When we restored it.
Oh, you restored it? How long have you had it? This is very impressive. Because you have to assemble the entire body, put the lead in. I mean, look at this. You got turn signal bulbs mounted high. Look at the chrome finish on this grille. This car makes you feel happy, man. But just the fact, look at this. A straight 8. You know how much torque this thing must produce? I fire an order right here. It says 162-58374. Look at that, man. Woo. And you got your body card right here. 1941 Model 66X. Buick motor, Flint, Michigan.
That's how we found out the color.
Oh yeah?
Because my uncle had it maroon with gold speckles.
All right, paint 566.
So, but they taped the chrome when they painted it for him.
Yeah.
So when we took the chrome off, we found the gray underneath, and we matched it up with the firewall, the number on the firewall.
Okay, all right.
And that's what it came out with.
That's not bad. So how long have you owned this one now?
Pardon?
How long have you owned it?
I've had it probably 20 years. Then we restored it. It took us a little over 3 years to restore. Right from the rails up. Everything's original on it. There's no any body parts we had that we made them.
Okay. Original price in 1941 was about $1,200. Oh, jeez.
We figured that. The way we figured out was because it only came with a driver's mirror.
Yeah.
This I put on because I used to drive tractor trailers.
Right.
So
visibility is important.
Took a driver mirror and I revamped it.
Okay.
And I got the arm and redone the whole thing. So because that's what I'm used to backing up with, you know.
Right. Reading the mirrors, right. I hear you. Look at that door. It's got that whole Art Deco styling to it. That was popular in the 30s and the 40s. You know. Oh, it's great. Look at the door skin. That looks awesome.
Yeah, this is done with an airbrush.
Okay, all right.
They did it with an airbrush for me out in Pennsylvania.
All right.
In the old days, they did it with a turkey feather.
Oh, yeah?
They put the paint on there, and then they take a turkey feather and cut it on the bias.
Right.
This is what they did in the factory.
The factory, right.
And they'd sweep it.
Sweep it, yeah.
So he only did one before he stripped the rest of them down.
Right.
So
to see what it would look like, yeah.
He did 4 or 5 of them to find out
which was the best way to do it, yeah.
But when we were putting them in, he said, send all the door panels back. I said, we're going to put them in. Send them back. He wanted to put wear spots on them.
Yeah.
Did it wear?
Right.
On all 4 of them.
Yeah, that's sweet. That is sweet.
Too much.
Look at this. And this is the 2-door. So this too also came with a trunk. This is the way they were doing it in the 40s. Pontoon style fenders. But Buick, wow. You know? And as I'm assuming this is a reflector, you know, because this is This is all the taillight illumination you got. These little taillight bulbs. No reverse. Probably not even a parking lamp. It's got a license plate bulb here. Got your twist handle for the trunk lid. Yeah. I could have 20 years in. And these hoods are ambidextrous when they tilt. They can tilt to the left or the right. So there's another rod on this side, I don't know if you can see it, that you can pivot it that way if you wanted to service this side of the engine, which is where the carburetors are. All right. This is the interior. It's got a picnic basket in the back. It's got the seats. You know, I mean, you can see the roof there. You can see the roof. And then, but these seats they look really nice. You know. And then they got your AM radio. You got your gauges. You know, it's got a knob up there, I think, for the antenna. The antenna's in the middle of the windshield. I believe these are probably vacuum operated also. There's the antenna. So the wipers on this, they're vacuum operated? The wipers, they're vacuum operated?
Pardon?
The wipers, they're vacuum operated?
Yeah, vacuum.
Yeah, vacuum. Yeah. Vacuum operated.
You really want them to work, you run it in second.
Yeah, right. Because once you lose engine vacuum, they just...
Yeah, they just die right down.
They die right down.
I've been out a couple of times. I got caught in the rain. I got caught in one snowstorm coming up from Scarsdale show about 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
There was a Scarsdale show and over at Ursula School. And my wife called me and said, do you have snow down there? I said, no. I says, it's just cloudy. She says, it's snowing up here. And she was I'm in Monarmonk, right?
Yeah.
And she said, you better hightail it home. I said, I'm on my way home now. I never hit the snow until I got to the airport.
Oh, yeah.
And it came down. And on the windshield wipers, I'm trying to... So I left it in a second from the airport all the way to home.
There you go. Yeah.
That's the only way you can
That's the only way you can do it, you know?
But no, it was gray, and he didn't like the gray because he used to drive Buicks and Indian motorcycles.
Okay.
He was about 6'6", and he would ride them. I'd ride on the back, and I put my arms around him. Okay. And we'd go all over Thornwood because they were from Thornwood.
All right.
And when I was a kid, yeah. And then when I grew up, I picked up a 1948 Harley.
All right.
With the shifter, the shifter on the side with the big headlights.
Okay.
And I got to be able to use it pretty good. And Dad always told me, don't take it downtown. He says, stay up on top of the hill here with it. Don't go down in the village. He said, there's too much traffic down there. So they went to Bermuda because they used to have a house in Bermuda too. Wow. So they went to Bermuda one weekend. So hot shot me, right? Took it out, went downtown, come around the corner by the Shell gas station, the Methodist church, and I laid it over and took the skin right down to the bone. They ended up grafting skin to hell for here to put down there.
Jeez. That's something.
You know what? He never said a word to me. No? Mom found out.
Yeah.
But
you're gonna kill yourself,
he found he knew. But he never said a word to me. Never said a word. I guess he figured he learned his lesson.
Yeah, you learned the hard way, right? You learned the hard way. But
no, my uncle had it. He had a 1930 Buick.
Okay.
Convertible rumble seat.
Right.
And I used to ride. I used to be in the middle. He used to call me shifter. I would do the shifting for him. Right. But he traded it in because he blew the transmission, and in 30 they made fiber gears in the transmission for an experiment, and the spindles and everything are wrong. So you couldn't replace them unless you cut the spindles and then welded it and then so Gills, my uncle said, no, don't forget it. And this one was on the lot. An older couple had it, and they couldn't. It was too hard for them to steer.
Oh.
So the guy traded them a Model A Ford 4-door and some money, and he took this one. So my uncle asked him, he said, what about the Buick over there? He said. So Benny says, yeah. He said, I'll tell you what. He said, I'll give you $1,000, and you give me the 30. He says, I'll give you the 41, and it had 60-something miles on it.
This is.
That was it. Well, wasn't even broke in yet.
Yeah, it wasn't.
He said the plastic was still on the seat covers when he bought it. They didn't.
Yeah, I can understand that, but
But it's fun. It's fun, and we use it.
yeah, this is a beautiful car.
You know?
This is beautiful. When you pulled up and you turned around the corner, I said, that car it's got presence, man. You know, it just shows up, and you know.
Down at Scarsdale, the Elite Show I won last year. I won best American car and best in show.
All right.
200 something cars.
That's good.
I
That's
said,
good.
holy mackerel.
That's good. That's
I was
good.
really surprised. I really was.
That's good.
But we can't find any other 41s around. You can find a lot of 40s, a few 42s.
I noticed when I go to a lot of shows, I do see Buicks, but I've never seen a 41.
No.
What I've seen, like last week when I went to the Staten Island Antique Show,
Oh, okay.
they had this guy had a 35.
Yeah.
You know, and then when I went upstate, the guy had a 1917.
Yeah.
And then when I was out there in Belmore, Long Island, the guy had a 1928.
Oh, okay.
You know, so you see a lot of old Buicks, which means it's good for the brand, because
Yeah.
you know, I didn't know, you know, because but you don't see, I can say not a lot.
They were officers' cars during the war.
Yeah.
They never
Okay.
brought a lot
All
of
right.
them back.
All right. All right.
Your car, right? The third one is yours?
Yes.
All right, come over here so I can get you registered.